Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about the beauty of travel and adventure. Keyword being adventure, because just regular travel is not really an adventure. You know, if you're just spending money, you're going partying, you're drinking, and sure, it's a different type of fun, but more leaning towards the degenerate side. Adventure, like in the TV show One Piece. The joy of seeing new places, you know? You might have seen those memes. It's like when you go on vacation and you realized the friend you're with is not the let's drink at the beach all day, and it's actually the let's wake up at 7 a.m. to climb the mountain friend. Although, yeah, it's a funny meme. You know, maybe the mountain guy, there's some truth to resonate with that. So yeah, adventure like in One Piece, camping as well. There's a beauty in just being in the nature, camping. I've done some solo camping, not too much, but there's something I just love about it. And mountain arcs. I don't know if you're familiar with the term mountain arcs. Like maybe you've seen the show Baki, the original one. There's a period of time where he's training in the mountain, and basically all he does is he trains, he eats, he sleeps. It's basically just discipline, and you're in the nature, you know, it's tough. And I don't know if I can really explain that well. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. And basically he was just eating a ton, working out a ton, resting a ton, and just being disciplined. And yeah, in the mountain. There's also another kind of mountain arc that I really resonated with. There's a YouTube channel called Natural Hypertrophy, and it's all about natural bodybuilding and working out. And for his 100,000 subscribers special, I believe, he did a video where he spoke about his story, and just like he was showing, he's French, right? He was showing the mountains in France where he used to go every summer, I believe. I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember the story exactly. And he would just go and isolate himself in the mountains, the small village in the mountains, during his summers since his youth, and he would use that time to train a lot, you know. And across the years, he would slowly bring more gym equipment to the mountain, and he ended up having a pretty big setup. And it's just that training in the mountains, there's a beauty to it. It's something I want to experience myself. Maybe later this year, this is something I've been thinking about, you know, just like you'd have to make a plan and bring it to life, but it's not that hard to pull off, you know. There's a mountain I usually go to. You bring a tent, you bring a ton of canned food. Now, for sure, there's gonna be some limitations. It's not gonna be easy, but it's very appealing to me. So that's, you can see the adventure aspect in that. And yeah, and just traveling, it's more like you explore new places, you see new cultures, and just you see the beauty of things. You know, when you're in your hometown, it's probably beautiful. To some extent, there's some beautiful things. But you become numb to it or desensitized because you see it so often. And when you go traveling, well, you see some unique things, and basically you get to experience the beauty of places which you forget to notice in your own hometown. I don't know if that makes sense, but you get what I mean. And you'll notice that when you're back from a vacation or you haven't been home for a while, away from your country, your town, when you come back, for the first week, for the first couple days at least, you really appreciate the beauty, the vibe of that town. And it's something special because this is potentially where you grew up, and there's a sense of belonging, you know? It's not just the beauty, it's the vibe itself. It feels like home. Just an interesting little observation. Yeah, there's also the spiritual aspect in traveling. I really relate to the sense of adventure in One Piece. It's so much joy, it's so much just not really caring, you know? Like if someone told me, if I found the right person and they said, yo, let's just go travel the world together, and they matched my energy, I would do it right away. Maybe I should do it on my own, but I feel like if you're with the right people, see, like in One Piece, it's a pirate crew and they have this connection, you know? I feel like you need that to some extent. Obviously, solo traveling is nice too, but if you're with the right people, I think that's even better than solo traveling. And yeah, it's about uncovering the secrets of the world, discovering yourself spiritually. Think about it. Like there's some locations that are associated with some sort of spiritual, you know, let's say the Himalayan mountains. This is known as a somewhat spiritual location. If you sent like a normie, someone who knows nothing of spirituality, just the average guy, to go visit the Himalayan mountains, it's not going to be the same experience as someone who is seeking spirituality going there. You know what I mean? By having this kind of spirituality and consciousness, you open yourself to new possibilities while traveling, things that other people might notice. You will be led, you will be somewhat guided to see places, and if you go to the Himalayan mountains, maybe energetically you'll be brought somewhere that other people wouldn't normally go. This is just something I feel like makes sense to me. It's a bit vague. Anyways, let's move on. I also want to talk about initiations. Here I wrote initiations and important activities to grow as a man. I briefly touched on this in 2 videos ago. And I said I wrote down these male initiations, things you can do to grow as a man. And a lot of it involves traveling, so I feel like it relates to this video. So I'm going to share the list that I wrote down. And this can be work or, yeah, like I said, initiations and important activities to grow as a man. Because this is something that is talked about in the book Iron John that I've started reading. And I thought it was interesting, so I wrote some things down. So I wrote military reserve. So where I live, I'm in Canada, military reserve. I would just want to try it out, you know. I wouldn't want to be full-time in the army. But I feel like it's an experience of discipline, even if it's just a couple days a week, just to get to experience that environment with other men and doing cool, manly shit together. Then there was a place I wanted to go called Esalen. It was recommended to me. Solo trip there. Going to Hong Kong to visit my brother. This is a lot of traveling. I'm just sharing it with you. There was also a place in France I wanted to go with my friend next summer. Then I wrote camping in the mountains, like I spoke to earlier. You know, camping is just a manly shit. I really like it. I wrote get my gun license. Then there was some manual work. The husband of my aunt oversees some kind of manual labor work, which is really tough and pays really well apparently. And I always kind of put it off because I could probably do it right now. Before I was too young, but now I could probably do it. I was kind of putting it off because I didn't want to get injured, you know. But it's about time I did it. So I wrote it down. When the opportunity arises, I will potentially do it. Or it can be any kind of construction work. I also have connections for that. Then Mexico with my cousin. My cousin is moving to Mexico. Let me just go over this quickly. India, very spiritual location. Been drawn to that place for a long time. Solo trip there. And yeah, there's a couple other things like getting my own apartment, doing activities with my dad, working out with this specific group of people that I feel like are masculine, and it would bring more masculine energy. You see, I think these are some cool stuff that we shouldn't overlook and can help us grow as a man. You know, maybe you can take inspiration for this and you can make your own list, see what applies to you. Maybe you've already been working in construction, or there's some things you've already been doing, so you need different kinds of stuff to grow. Up to you to see. It's interesting to journal. If you want to learn more on this, the book Iron John is good. I'm just at the start, around page 30, but I can still recommend it to you because it has been good so far. So I've gone on, and yeah, I think there's I don't know if you guys can relate to and see the beauty in traveling, not just for luxury traveling, but more for adventure. This is something that has always, maybe not always, but has appealed to me. And it's something I definitely want to do in my life, more of, and with the right people. So if you enjoyed this video, if you resonate with it, like and subscribe. I've talked about a lot of things in this video, so if you want to share your thoughts, leave it in the comments down below. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.